Are the Niners done in free agency? Because I really was liking all the moves that they were making. It was a lot of hits on YouTube and SI every time someone came, go. Now it's like nothing the last 2 days, and I'm upset. Is there anything else that we can look forward to?
I think so.
Besides Flacco,
K'Wan Williams with the Desmond King signing yesterday, I was really taken back that he signed for $3.5 million. He's an all-pro defensive back. He was an all-pro his second year in the league. He's an explosive returner. Those are two things the 49ers really could have used on their roster, and to sign for only $3.5 million. I don't know how you can justify K'Wan Williams or make a strong argument that K'Wan Williams deserves more than that when someone else just signed for $3.5 million that already has an all-pro appearance on his resume. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think we may see one of either Kerry Hyder or K'Wan Williams return. And if I had a bet, I'd have my money on K'Wan Williams.
I think they might be done at least for this first wave of signing guys outside the organization. As the offseason goes on, I think it could expand like it did last year when they started entertaining Mohamed Sanu and Travis Benjamin and a couple of receivers to bolster that part of the offense. But I'm pretty comfortable if they do what Nick said, if they bring back K'Wan Williams and or Kerry Hyder. I think that'd be still a solid offseason, and then they can use the draft because they didn't trade those draft picks and get better in that facet, because I think, as we're touching on later, that there's a lot of guaranteed money in future years, and they got to figure out how to save some money down the line.
Yeah, I don't think they're done yet. I think there's still a few signings that they're going to be looking to make. You know, there might be a running back that they decide to bring in. They definitely they still have to find somebody for that slot corner position. And they need to be able to, they need some depth at defensive end. They don't have that right now. They have Bosa and they have Ebukam, but beyond that, they don't have anything there right now. So there's definitely some moves that they're going to be making, I think, left in free agency.
I just wonder how they're going to pull it off, though. I'm terrible with the contracts. I see they have about $13 million in cap space left. Usually 8 or 9 goes to the rookies. So you got maybe 4 or 5 million. Seems like they may not be able to give out many 1-year deals unless they're close to the vet minimum. They could give out 2-3-year deals and backload the contracts as they've been doing. Give out a signing bonus, make the first year cap hit really low, and worry about the rest later. They could do that. So if they want to bring back K'Wan Williams on a backloaded 3-year deal, they could. If they want to sign Joe Flacco to the vet minimum, they could. But what about a guy like Jaquiski Tartt? He could take a 1-year deal, but he's not going to take the vet minimum. He might want $3 million, $4 million, $5 million. The Niners probably can't afford that. So I don't know what the next move they're going to make is, but I feel like they're kind of looking for either the Joe Flacco guy or someone who's cool taking like Alex Mack, a backloaded 3-year deal, something like that. I don't know who fits in there.
We need to see what the new deal was for D Ford, because we don't know those numbers yet. So that's going to jump that number up from probably 12 range, maybe up to back into the 20s again, which gets back into. We just don't know what they haven't put those numbers out yet.
That's why I hate talking about the cap. I try my hardest to inform myself, and then I realize I'm not even close. What was I talking about? I wasted my time. The longer K'Wan Williams stays in free agency, the more likely the Niners retain him, in my opinion. You feel like he thought he might have a bigger market than he has, and he might just come back because he's valued here, because there's familiarity and he has a house here. I don't know if he has a house here, but something like that. Perhaps.
Well, another thing to keep in mind, I don't even think it was recently that K'Wan Williams lost his money. I talked about this over the course of this past season, where he had so much momentum going into the 2020 season after what he did in 2019. Again, I think he was the best playmaker on the back end of the 49ers defense, forcing fumbles, intercepting passes, and just his inability to stay on the field this past season. And then he had the suspension that got pulled. Remember, he was suspended and then it was revoked or something like that. That definitely happened. I think it was over performance enhancing drugs, but he did not end up getting suspended. I think there was a mistake there. But anyway, over this past year, K'Wan Williams, he was on track to be paid the highest slot corner. And Quentin Dunbar is also a free agent. He had the reputation of being the best slot corner in the league. So I 100% agree that the longer this thing goes on, the more likely it is that K'Wan Williams comes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say, Jack?
I was just going to say, it reminds me a lot of the Sean Goldson deal back in after 2011, 2012. That same thing happened to him.
Yeah. I remember he wanted to be paid as much as, who was the guy? The free safety on the Chargers. He thought he was as good as the guy in the Chargers. And I remember Trent Baalke. Yes, Weddle. I remember Balky like whispering around he's not Weddle. I don't know why. I don't know what to tell him. He's not as good as Weddle. I guess he wasn't as good as Weddle. I guess Balky was right.
Wasn't it Deshaun Goldson that just destroyed Terrell Brown in one of the playoff games?
Yes.
Yeah, took his head off, yeah.
And then Tremaine Brock came in and gave up the touchdown pass to Manningham?
Yeah.
Manningham always was the guy. I never understood that. And then the Niners got him, and he did